What's up, y'all? Hey, I appreciate the love that the Chris Benoit episode been getting. And no, I'm not filming in my house. I'm filming in my granddad's house because something wrong with my apartment and my electricity. But look, hey, I want to record this Demon Lake episode for y'all. I appreciate the love the page been getting. But hey, I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. So I'm gonna come with another heat and another banker, and that's my main man, the Ice Man. So I'm gonna continue to give y'all the bangers. Like I said in the last video, you thought it was over with the WrestleMania. The next heat finna come. And I just dropped that Chris Benoit. Go watch that channel, that channel 5. You got heat. Yo, y'all enjoy this episode, and we're gonna get straight into it. I love y'all. Bow.
Just let me talk my shit. I got all dick, and she turned around and hit. And I done learned a lot of shit. I had to burn up her brain. I deserve her whole face. I deserve her whole. I deserve her whole. I'm like, how we do your motherfucking speaker? I came through to get Tito. I don't rock the Tito.
What's up, y'all? This your boy, Mr. I-240. I'm back with another bank. You hear me? Hey, I want to continue to keep on giving y'all that fire, that heat. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Most importantly, I got to give thanks to a man above y'all, Jesus Christ, whatever y'all call him. He's my father, the ruler of the world, not the man that be pretending to be in the light. Also, I want to thank y'all for what the love of the last 2 episodes been getting. The Chris Benoit and the WrestleMania. Continue to check them just, you know what I'm saying? Like I told you, I'm dropping consistent heat every day. I'm giving y'all bangers every chance I get, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I really appreciate y'all. I'm thankful for y'all. Y'all know how we do. It wouldn't be no me, won't be no page, won't be no y'all. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm trying to drop as many fire content as I can, especially with the world changing, the current events going on from the solar eclipse we just had. I think Iran just got bombed on, so the war began. So everybody, watch y'all surroundings. Look at your neighbors, look at everybody, because you never know what's going on. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. Also, continue to put God first, put Jesus first. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know what I'm finna say is messed up, but apparently, for everybody, I hate to say it, but my boy Putin, Vladimir Putin, whatever his name is from Russia, he's supposed to the black Jesus. I know a lot of us don't want to do that, but if it's true, it is what it is. Put your faith. It's never too late to repent, and you know what I'm saying. And you know what I'm saying, and go from there. But with that being said, I love y'all. Gratitude. I love y'all so much. The page is at I think it's at 620. So we on the road to 700. In the next episode, if we get to 700, and I think it's my main man that be clowning around, Matt Bourne, aka Dr. Clown, because we're coming with that heat. I love y'all. As we get to 700 subscribers though. But with that being said, let's talk about my main man, the Ice Man, Dean Malenko, and the career that he had. Well, he could have had, but we'll get to that. Okay, Dean Simon was born on August 4th, 1960, better known as Dean Malenko. He is a retired wrestler. He is currently signed to AEW as one of their senior producers. He's best known for his time in ECW and WCW World Championship Wrestling, but he's also known for the WWE run. But now he was an agent at WWE, and I think he was an agent at New Japan. Although Dean Malenko out of his whole crew never won the big one, you know, because Benoit won the big one. Eddie Guerrero won the big one, and I think Perry Saturn could have won the big one if he didn't beat up Mike Bell. You know, if you seen the video, I'm gonna put it in here. So, but he did achieve a lot of success in all 3 companies, where he won 11 championships in 3 organizations. Well, between the organizations, he was the #1 best wrestler in the world in 1997, hands down. See, it wasn't your Austins, it wasn't your Brett. It was this man right here, this dry humor, cold ice. When you talk about technical wrestling and the craft of the guy, he got to be the guy. Like I said, I know you got your Austins, your Rocks, you know, at that time, you know, Goldust, Triple H. But we talk about pure skill. Dean Malenko was one of the best. You know what I'm saying? It's just he couldn't get over that hump to get to that world championship level. And of course, wrestling do not like short guys. I'm sorry. Unless your name Daniel Bryan, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, something you can draw with some charisma and character, you're not going to make it. But he was inducted to the Hardcore Hall of Fame in 2015. He was described by most commentators, like I just said, one of the most underrated wrestlers of all time. Even the guy that look up to him, multi-time world heavyweight champion, Bryan Danielson. He said Dean Malenko was his #1 guy growing up. But he had retired from in-ring competition, and he worked as an agent at WWE for 18 years, from 2001 to 2019. But we're gonna get into the professional background. Dean Malenko was born into wrestling. His father was Boris Malenko. You know, they fought the Killer Kowalskis. I think he fought the Bob Backlunds, maybe Bruno. He fought some legendary guys. So his dad kind of had his own resume too. So he started out a referee in Tampa. He even briefly refereed for WWF in the mid-80s. He wrestled all over the world. He spent much time wrestling in Mexico and Japan. He wrestled with his brother Joe Malenko from 1988 to 1992, where they formed a tag team, working in Puerto Rico, Japan, Australia, until his brother retired on January 24th, 1992. He retired, but on January 24th, 1992, Malenko defeated the Superstar for the Suncoast Pro Wrestling Southern title in Planamito, Florida. Malenko also defeated Jimmy Backlund for the ICWA Light Heavyweight title. The title, March 12th, 1992. In Tampa. Then Malenko teamed up with his brother, losing to Ricky Dragon Steamboat and Nikolai Volkov at Clash of Champions. Then, of course, 1994 came. ECW came. I'm sorry. This is the ECW era. My bad. But, so, in August 27, 1994, Dean Malenko debuted in ECW as a heel, participating in professional wrestling tournament for the vacant NWA Heavyweight Championship, where he defeated Awesome Nasamura, if I'm pronouncing it right, in the quarterfinals before he ended up losing to eventual winner Shane Douglas in the semifinals. Malenko became known as the Shooter and was really given a gimmick similar to the Ultimate Fighting Championship fighter Royce Gracie, because they say they kind of looked alike. But on November 4th, 1994, he defeated Too Cold Scorpio to win his first ECW television championship. But in the beginning of 1995, Malenko formed a faction called the Triple Threat with Chris Benoit and Shane Douglas. On August 25th, 1995, at the return of the Funkner, I guess Terry Funk returned to ECW. Benoit Malenko defeated Sabu and Taz for the ECW Tag Team Championship, making Malenko a W champion. But a month later at Extreme Warfare, he dropped the belt to his familiar rival, Too Cold Scorpio. And on April 8th, at Three-Way Dance, him and Benoit lost the tag team titles to Public Enemy. But in that summer, he did start feuding with TV champion, Eddie Guerrero had beat Too Cold Scorpio to get the championship in a match on July 21st. But Malenko defeated Guerrero to win his second ECW TV championship. 1 week later, he dropped it back to Eddie Guerrero. They continued the battle over the television title and fought in a series of matches that led being offered a WCW contract. I think they had a match of the year, a feud of the year in 1995, if I'm not mistaken. But the last match they had on August 26th, the match ended in a draw. Both men's shoulders was on the mat, and this would be both last match in ECW. This was the fans didn't want them to go and stuff like that. But I think during this time, he wasn't liked by New Jack. I guess he ain't like how Dean Malenko personality was. Because, you know, New Jack messed with Eddie, but he ain't just really like how Dean Malenko carry himself. Well, you know, New Jack don't like nobody anyway. And I think He wasn't liked by Stevie Richards too. I think Stevie Richards called him a dick. You know, so you know, I understand. You know, you look at Dean Malenko, you know what I'm saying? He seemed like a cool guy if he know you. But he seemed like he'd be standoffish to himself. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta think about that. Alright. Now that we into the WCW era. Alright, so the WCW 1995, from 1995 to 2000. In September 1995, Malenko and Benoit joined WCW, where he could continue to be a villain. Malenko came to be known as WCW the Iceman. You know, ain't talking about George Gervin. He was cold, calculated. He was serious business when it came down to that ring. You know what I'm saying? He was no play, none of it. He was just, I'm going to beat you. I'm going to show you that I'm the best man. And I'm going to put you in this Texas Cloverleaf. So, and he was also given the name of Man of 1,000 Hoes on May 2nd, 1996. Well, yeah, he was given the name on. He was given the Man of 1,000 Hoes. So, my bad. Rewind. But on May 2nd, 1996, Malenko defeated, I can't pronounce the dude, not been seeing his name, but I'm putting him in the picture, yo. If y'all know how to pronounce his name, because I don't want to mess up the brother's name, you know what I'm saying? He defeated him for the Cruiserweight Championship in Orlando. He held the title for 2 months, making successful defenses against the likes of Brad Armstrong, Rey Mysterio Jr., Disco Inferno, before losing the title to Rey Mysterio. Man, Rey Mysterio was over in WCW. We had that music. Man, Ray became one of my favorite wrestlers. I ain't gonna front at one point. Like, I mean, it was still Hulk Hogan, but he was a heel dude. But at that point, kind of old. You know what I'm saying? But Ray was that young, flashy, fresh. And then you put him in the ring with a technical specialist like Dean Malenko. Man, they clash gonna mesh. It's gonna be a classic match. But he did get the belt back in night. He defeated Rey Mysterio for his second WCW Cruiserweight Championship at Halloween Havoc. He got it back in blood. And he made a successful title defense against Psychosis at World War III. But that next month, he did lose to the Japanese, you know what I'm saying, technical submissions with the sleeper hold. My man, Ultimo Dragon, with Sonny Bono, whatever his name is, that was his manager, at Starrcade 1996, where Dragon J Crown Championship was on the line too. You know, Ultimo Dragon had a lot of belts coming to WCW. He had a lot of championships at one point. But at the Clash of Champions, Malenko got it back in blood January 22nd, 1997 at the Clash of Champions. So, he won his third championship from Ultimo Dragon. But he will hold the belt for nearly a month when the up-and-coming rising star, who was the 1-2-3 Kid previously in WWE, when he made Impact on his own, being Razor Ramon on his own debut. He had the classic match on Raw with Bret Hart too. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do your research. He had, when he joined the NWO, I think that was late 96, I think it was early 97 he joined. He became 6, but he lost to 6 at Super Brawl. You know what I'm saying? Then of course, Malenko lost the match. He lost the match after Eddie Guerrero inadvertently caused Malenko to be hit with Guerrero's U.S. title because they were still beefing at the time. So Malenko then entered the feud with Guerrero, angry over the fact that he caused him to lose his Cruiserweight Championship and began to attempt the United States title from him. Him and Eddie always had good chemistry. Like I said, that was the feud of the year in 1995. The two took place at Uncensored the next month. Then 6 interfered and caused. Well, no. Yeah, 6 interfered. Yeah, the next month, interference from 6 played a role. The Cruiserweight Champion again tried to take Guerrero's title, but in the process, dropped the camera cord, and he carried to the ring with him. After Guerrero took the belt back, Malenko hit him in the back of the head with the camcorder and knocked out the champion. And Dean Malenko was able to secure the win. And he won his first United States Championship. So like I said, he won TV title 2 times ECW. He just couldn't get the big one. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it was. Like, if you look back at Dean Malenko matches in ECW, he went down with all that extreme-ish match with the steel. I mean, I'm pretty sure he probably did it at 9 then. I'm pretty sure from the videos I saw. Y'all put them in the comments, let me know. But I don't think Malenko was down with that Extreme Championship Wrestling. So I'm pretty sure that's why he probably left. Hell, I barely remember Dean Malenko being in a hardcore championship match. But, so he had beat Eddie Guerrero after he hit Guerrero with the camcorder. And he was able to secure his second. So you think about it, WCW Cruiserweight Champion. U.S. Champion now already within a year or two. Well, within months. Alright. So, then he had defended the title in Slamboree versus Jeff Jarrett. But he later on lost the title to him June 9th, a couple weeks later, June 9th, 1997, on the episode of Nitro. But at World War III, he participated in the 60-man 3-ring battle royal won by the Giant. So at Starrcade 1997, he challenged Guerrero for the Cruiserweight title, but ended up losing the match. That was 96. Big Show won World War III. Let me see. I gotta see if Big Show won. I gotta research that part because I think they got that wrong. I remember Big Show winning World War III at 1996. So I'm pretty sure they got their dates mixed up. Because I think Scott Hall won in 1997. Yeah. Because that's when Hogan was feuding with Sting. And they had this segment on Nitro. You know, how Hogan, like, me and Scott Hall might as well get it on this Sting thing. So I think they got that mixed up. But it's okay. But, so, in mid-1998, Malenko started feuding with Chris Jericho to better claims to Jericho. Jericho boasted that he was the man of 1,004 hoes, and the two had a final showdown at Uncensored for the Cruiserweight title. After a long month, Jericho forced Dean Malenko to submit in the Lion Tamer. After the match, the otherwise collected, Malenko was left in an unusual fit over the losses. Well, Malenko was left in an unusual fit. You know what I'm saying? Of frustration. Gene Okerlund then confronted Malenko after the post-match, aggressively citing his many losses in the past several months, asking where would he go from this point. He was dejected and won in Susan in 2 months. Wait, he was won. Hold up. He asked from this point. He was dejected and won. He was worn down basically. Okay. So Malenko replied. That was Gene Okerlund was saying to Malenko. So he simply replied, he'll go home. He would not been seen on WCW TV for 2 months. And in 2 months, that's when Jericho proceeded to taunt him. He taunted him about his father. And he ended up attacking Dean Malenko's brother. So, at Slamboree 1998, Jericho held a battle royal for a shot at his Cruiserweight Championship. Malenko entered the battle royal dressed as masked wrestler Silicope, if I'm saying it right. And he won the match after Juventud shook his... So this one, Juventud, it was down to Juventud and Dean Malenko. Well, we didn't know Dean Malenko. So they shook hands. Juventud jumped over the ropes. Jericho couldn't believe Jericho got in the ring. You know, so he thought it was light work, gonna be easy. Then it was Dean Malenko who took off the mask. So they shook hands. Juventud eliminated himself. Then Dean Malenko unmasked and revealed himself. The crowd went crazy. So Malenko went on to defeat Jericho for his Cruiserweight title for 4 times. But he was stripped for the belt. But however, because he did not earn his title shot. So at the 1998 Great American Bash, Malenko and Jericho faced each other for the vacant Cruiserweight title. Malenko lost by a disqualification, making Jericho the champion. So at the 1998 Bash at the Beach, Malenko interfered in Jericho's title defense versus Rey Mysterio. But however, because of the interference, Rey had won the belt. The title will return to Jericho, however, because of Dean Malenko interference. Malenko was fired in the storyline, but he later returned at Hog Wild as a special guest referee during Jericho title defense, where Juventud won the match. So I'm trying to see, damn, did they even settle the feud? Y'all let me know, did they, after Road Wild, did they settle the feud? So, that we have the Four Horsemen reunion / Revolution era. Alright, here we go. Yeah, September 1998, Dean Malenko was a part of the final version of the Four Horsemen, where it was, I think it was Arn Anderson, Chris Benoit, Ric Flair, and him. I think McMichael was out of the wrestling business. I don't know if he was sick at that time yet, but I think I know Arn Anderson had retired because of his spine at that point. So I think y'all let me know in the comments why Arn Anderson retired. I think it was his spine or something, neck or something like that. But I'll put let me know in the comments. So, alright. So, and like I said, in September, final version of Four Horsemen, they feuded with the NWO. At this point, yo, I'm gonna be real, dog. Man, the NWO gimmick was kind of dead at that point. They did too many versions of it. It was too many people. Like, half of the guys didn't even get camera time in the NWO. Like, I'm talking like legit camera time. They probably get like a little match on Nitro, Saturday Night main event. But you know, the main people getting TV time. Buff Bagwell, Scott Steiner, Hogan, Nash, Luger. But you know, you had to. And Vincent was just the step-on guy for 3 years straight. He was just a jobber guy getting beat the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, NWO was kind of wash, and then nobody cared about NWO versus Four Horsemen. Cause that was I think Ric Flair, Hogan was still feuding in '98. It was just all over the place. But they had particular feud with Eric Bischoff. So Malenko and I guess this was 1999. Malenko and Benoit battled the West Texas Redneck Kurt Hennig and Barry Windham. This was during the time they were beefing with Master P, and like I said, when I talk about the New Jack episode, is when New Jack could have made money with P, but Kevin Nash and Lesnar was like, hell no, we ain't doing it. But back to this. So they battled the West Texas Rednecks that featured Kurt Hennig and Barry Windham. And I forgot, was it a Duncan dude? I think it was a Duncan dude. I can't remember his name, but I know it was some Duncan dude, Duncan Jr. or something. But during this period, they lost their Super Brawl. They lost to the Rednecks in the finals of the tournament for the vacant WCW Tag Team Championships at Uncensored. However, they defeated the Rednecks in a lumberjack match to win the WCW Tag Team Championship. But later, they lost to a recently unmasked Rey Mysterio, who was unmasked by Kevin Nash, I think, at Super Brawl that year. It was supposed to be Scott Hall and Kevin Nash versus Conan and Rey Mysterio. He was unmasked. So at that point, he was unmasked, wearing the camouflage stuff like that. I think that when him and Conan was doing that rap song or whatever it was at the time. And of course, it's, you know what I'm saying, they lost to Billy Kidman and Rey Mysterio. So, after the Horsemen had this band, this one, Ric Flair was like the head CEO of WCW at the time, and Ric Flair had abused his power. So, the Four Horsemen had this band. Malenko joined Shane Douglas, the faction of Revolution, which was formed in July 1999. They feuded with David Flair, DDP, and Kane at the Bash of the Beach. Malenko challenged David Flair for the U.S. title, but lost the match. Let's stop right there. Let's just stop right there. As much as I love David Flair, let's just be real. David Flair had nowhere. David Flair had no reason being in the ring, dog. And then y'all let him win against one of y'all best technical wrestlers, Dean Malenko. I would have felt disrespected, bro. I wonder who came up with that book. I don't think that was cool about David Flair that he had Stacy Keibler and he did that crowbar. He did that crazy stuff with Crowbar and Daphne, R.I.P. But other than that, David Flair just won it. And the last time we seen David Flair was in 2002. 3 years later, we got his ass whooped by The Undertaker. You know what I'm saying? He had no... I mean, I appreciate the effort that he tried, but come on, man. That's just disrespectful to Dean Malenko. So, throughout the time, they battled many teams throughout the year. The West Texas Rednecks, the First Family, the Filthy Animals, the Varsity Club. Malenko's last match in WCW was a catch a can match with Billy Kidman. Early on, Malenko extensively left the ring to regroup but was disqualified under the match stipulation because his feet hit the floor. I gotta watch this match because this stipulation sounds crazy as hell. I'm gonna be real with you, dog. So think about it. Now, during his career in WCW, U.S. champion, 4-time cruiserweight champion, 2-time tag team champion. It's just he didn't have that look to get to the big one. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of like, I mean, I'm pretty sure like if he was in AEW, oh, for sure he would have been world champion because his personality fits it. It just, because it was, I'm trying to see. No. Bischoff just wasn't willing to push younger guys at the time. Because you gotta remember, like, during the 96, 98, during that Monday Night Worship, who was all champion at the time? Hogan, Luger, Sting, Kevin Nash, Savage won the belt a couple of times. I mean, they tried to get it to Benoit in 2000, but at that point, I think Benoit was over it. So it's like they didn't believe in the little guy. Even though the Cruiserweight division saved this shit. Don't get me wrong. So Cruiserweight division and NWO saved WCW. But the little guy just couldn't get to the, I give you this Cruiserweight. The farthest he'll put you is United States title. Ray stayed in the Cruiserweight division for a long time. Jericho won TV titles. And so he always like, and them guys wanted to elevate themselves and get better. And I feel like if he would have, I'm not saying every idea gonna work in wrestling, but let's just give the guys a shot. Cause look at, for example, unless Chris Benoit. Benoit them debuted in what, 2000? Benoit became Intercontinental Champion within a month and a half. Then he main evented The Rock. Then, so he was main eventing from, you know what I'm saying, like Vince gave him a chance to see would it work, and he won the belt because of cheating. But back to this. But he did have a luxurious WCW career, except losing to David Flair. What the f was that? But he did face some quality opponents, though. Eddie Guerrero, Disco Inferno, Steven Regal, Rey Mysterio, Kurt Hennig, Ultimo Dragon, Chris Benoit, Psychosis, the legendary John Cena Liger, Fit Finlay, Billy Kidman, I think it was one named Berserker, Chris Jericho, Booker T, and I think he had a match with Bret Hart, and Bret Hart buried him. I think something didn't go right, and Bret just didn't like him from that point. So, here we go. Now, the WWE era, the Radicals. After being granted his release from WCW that night after his last match, Malenko signed with WWE on January 31st. This was during the late Attitude Era. Malenko first appeared in the crowd with the infamous Radicals himself, Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, Perry Saturn, who all left at the time. I think I saw New Jack in an interview. I think he was talking about, I guess Shane Douglas didn't know they was going. Cause I think that's the group he was talking about. Cause they was a group, the Radicals, before they invaded. So I guess, from what he said in the interview, y'all can put him in the comments. I found the video and screenshot it here. He had said they had went on and did that invasion, and you know what I'm saying, cause this is when New Jack and Shane Douglas had heat. You know what I'm saying? So I guess they fly Shane out like they want to go to WWE, but they end up, you see them in the crowd and you know what I'm saying, did that. But, so, like I said, they made their debut. They all made their exit that night. So, they didn't, so they all made the exit from WCW at the time while not having much success in the WWF. Malenko was forced in the promotion light heavyweight division. I told you, baby. It's like, bro, I think his personality didn't get him over like that. Like, the fans want to go that ice cold steroid get him over. Because he had Daniel Bryan short. Yeah. He was successful. He had a nice gimmick, you know what I'm saying? Look, man, overcoming, you know what I'm saying? The fans love him. Yes movement. Shawn Michaels, little guy, charisma, flash. Bret Hart was a little guy. But he had that, I'm the best there is, the best there was. Pink and black. So I just think at this point, I just think it was that personality that didn't get deemed to the next point. Because, you know, that was his last titles. I think the last heavyweight championship. So he was forced in the light heavyweight division. So, along with Guerrero, Benoit, and Saturn. I don't think they was in the lightweight division. But he had some measured success. I guess they said they had some measured success as the Radicals. So on March 13th, Malenko defeated S.A. Rios for his light heavyweight championship. So in 2000, he feuded with Scotty 2 Hotty, who was the new challenger for the white heavyweight title. He later dropped the title to Scotty on April 17th on Additional Raw, before he won his second heavyweight championship from Scotty on April 27th on the episode of SmackDown. But at Backlash, he defended the title against Scotty. Thus, they end their feud at that point. So, during the year, Benoit had drifted away from the group. He started aligning with Shane McMahon and had the Intercontinental Championship, feuding with Jericho. And then, like I said just previously, he started main eventing towards The Rock. Malenko had engaged in a feud with his partner, but now he engaged in a feud with Guerrero and Sato, which stems from Eddie Guerrero's relationship with Chyna. And a number of losses suffered when working as a tag team partner with Sato. The feud led to a triple threat match at Judgment Day, where this one Guerrero had previously defeated Jericho thanks to Chyna on Raw. He became European champion. But Guerrero retained the WWE champion. He retained the WWF European Championship against both Malenko and Sato. After a brief absence on TV, Malenko returned to reform the Radicals with Benoit, Guerrero, and Sato. Around this time, Malenko, but Malenko, he had returned to reform the Radicals with Guerrero, Benoit, Sato. And around this time, Malenko briefly became known as became double. I forget he had the ladies man gimmick. Excuse my language, but he had became known as Double Ho 7, which is a parody of the James Bond character. Was born out of the match with Godfather. Godfather, who had offered one of his female escorts to Malenko instead of wrestling him. Malenko gladly accepted the offer as the Double Ho 7. Malenko competed for the affections of Lita and feuded with her tag team, the Hardy Boys. He even offered Lita a title match for the light heavyweight championship, but under one condition: if she lost, she'd be going on a date with him. Lita accepted and almost caught Malenko by a fear near falls throughout the match, but Malenko had beat her and hit her with the Texas Cloverleaf. This is when he took her out on the date that night, you know what I'm saying? They macking and playing and stuff like that. And then you remember the bedroom scene, they chilling, and she seen a little wedding ring, and they set him up. Hardy Boys whooped his ass. So Malenko feuded with the Hardy Boys and Lita. But he continued in early 2001. He beat Lita. Lita pinned him thanks to her boyfriend at the time, Matt Hardy, in a match in February 19, 2001. So in addition to Raw's role, he began feuding with Jacqueline and Ivory, who was disgusted by his lecherous ways. And he had a title feud with Crash Holly after Crash interfered in a 2-on-1 intergender handicap match between Malenko versus Jacqueline and Ivory. They cost him the match. After both Guerrero and Benoit drifted from the Radicals, Malenko teamed up with Saturn for quite a few weeks before disappearing off TV. After that, we hardly seen Dean Malenko. But we still seen him over the years and stuff like that. I think this when his health started declining, but we're gonna get to that. So the retirement from 2001 to 2019. Malenko's third last wrestling match took place at the Brian Pillman Memorial Show, where he teamed up with longtime friend Perry Saturn. They defeated Raven. So this when ECW was closed. He defeated Raven and Just Incredible that December. So this when an invasion had ended. Then he defeated his student Chad Collier by disqualification in the WWF farm promotion. Like it is one of the WWF other promotions, the Heartland Wrestling Association. And what this would be Dean Malenko's final match. Then Malenko appeared in the ring along other WWE alumni during the Raw Homecoming in 2005. So at that time, his close friend died, Eddie Guerrero. They had great matches and stuff like that. November 13th. Malenko made a special appearance on the November 14th Raw alongside Chris Benoit. That following SmackDown, Benoit appeared again after the match between Triple H and Chris Jericho and the three-man embrace. So, then of course, at the 1996 Royal Rumble, he was seen congratulating Rey Mysterio for his victory. You know what I'm saying? Because Rey entered number 2, number 5. Y'all let me know in the comments. So, then of course, at Vengeance Night of Champion, he appeared in a backstage segment watching Chavo Guerrero Jr. The next night, the Chris Benoit Memorial, he made his appearance. He had talked about the life of Chris Benoit, and he was very sad that both his friends died. Because you gotta remember, Benoit died in June of 07, and Eddie Guerrero died in November of 05. So they were probably like a year and a half. Not a year and a half, but probably some months, close to a year and a half. Y'all let me know in the comments, because I can't do the math. So there's a hard blow, So you lost your fan to the heart thing, and then you got your friend allegedly who offed himself and his family. You know what I'm saying? I should have said it in the episode because a lot of people think Kelvin Sullivan had something to do with that in a weird way. So that's a tough loss. You know what I'm saying? You can tell he was looking very emotional. He was down and out, sad, and he was just going through it. So on February 27th, the marriage wrestler known as Sin Cara defeated Malenko in a tryout match in San Jose, California. Then Malenko appeared on the March 31st, 2008 episode to join the Four Horsemen and WWE Superstars in the farewell tribute to Ric Flair. Then he made an appearance on June 28th, 2010 on the episode of Raw, congratulating Rick Steamboat. And he and all the other wrestlers were attacked by Nexus in 2000. When Nexus debuted? 2011, 2012? I'm not sure. Along the side of the rest of the roster. They was attacked by Nexus. Malenko appeared along the rest of the WWE roster after April 23rd, 2012, wishing John Cena happy 35th birthday. Malenko was inducted to Arena Hall of Fame on September 11, 2017. On the episode of Raw, Malenko made a brief appearance backstage with John Chamberlain over where the two were seen as possible choices by Raw Tag Team Champions Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose as their partners for an 8-man tag, but quickly dismissed. Probably funny as hell. And of course, Malenko appeared in the contract signing along between AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura in that flop-ass rivalry. I'm sorry. But on April 26, 2019, Malenko and WWE ended their relationship. And Malenko, he was a Raw agent for WWE for 18 years. But the reports that he did nothing wrong, WWE was just in the process of making their budget cuts. They wanted to cut their agents, but Bruce Pritchard still there. Oh, okay. Now he back there. Alright, bro. So, on May 24th, 2019, he was announced that he was a senior producer at AEW. He makes occasional appearances on the show. You know what I'm saying? But Dean Malenko's last match on TNT was December 27, 1999 on an episode of Monday Nitro. He made an appearance in Philadelphia following October 8th, 21st edition on the Rampage when Tony Khan called him out alongside Jerry Lynn, Taz, and Chris Jericho, and Tony Khan thanked them for being expiring. But his personal life, he was married with 3 kids. Eldest, Larissa, was born December 25th, 1997. But I didn't know this. I think they said in 2010 he had a heart attack, but was back at work in Survivor Series November 21st. But and then he was taken to the hospital. Later sent home. He was sent home from the European tour after suffering chest pains, and later discovered he was developed Parkinson's disease. I think that was Muhammad Ali had. But during that time, he did have a luxurious career. You know what I'm saying? He, like I said, he was 2-time ECW World Television Champion. He was ECW Tag Team Champion with Chris Benoit. He was International Light Heavyweight Champion. He was in 1997. He was the best wrestler out of 500 single wrestlers in the world. In Revolution East Wrestling, he was 1-time champion there. And then, of course, in WCW, he was 4-time Cruiserweight champion. He was WCW United States champion. He was Tag Team champion with Chris Benoit. Then he went to WWE. He was 2-time champion. And then, like I said, he had the feud of the year with Eddie Guerrero. So, from what I got up, and see, my boy had a legendary career. It just, he didn't have that oomph or the hype to get him to the next star. Because, like I said, if he was in AEW today, he'll be a big star. Because, you know, Tony Khan, they more focused on the skill and the wrestling. I mean, yeah, they love the drama, but I just think they more focused on that. And I think he would have been successful in WCW, because WCW just focused on wrestling. You know what I'm saying? You kind of see entertainment from WCW, but they really push hard for entertainment when Vince Russo didn't come around. But like during them Monday Night Wars, they weren't just pressing for them. So he could have been successful if WCW stayed around. When he got WWE, Vince didn't believe in him, just stick him there. Because like I said, Benoit got his main event push months after they debuted. Benoit won the world title. I think Saturn could have won the world title if he didn't do what he did, and Guerrero won the world title. You know what I'm saying? I just think Malenko didn't have that umph. You know what I'm saying? I just think he's more like, Dean Malenko to me was more like the Tim Duncan of wrestling. He just like to show up, do his job. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Dean Malenko got that Kawhi Leonard sense of humor. I just want to show up and play ball, and you know what I'm saying? But I feel like he could have been a major player in this game. But hey, that's it for this video. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying? You know, but I just wanted y'all to get this episode. So, the Vince Jump will be dropping soon. So, that's my next episode I think I should be working on. And I love y'all. I'm out. Peace.
Just let me talk my shit.